It feels good to be back in the saddle. So, I want to thank you all for watching my first vlog that I posted last week. It was fun. And now is my second vlog. And I want to give a big shout out to Zero Spawn for asking me a fantastic question, which was, what made me get into riding motorcycles? So, back in 2004, I was on a cruise with my husband, and we rented scooters in Bermuda. It was so much fun, and the funny thing was about renting the scooters was that we had been informed that if we didn't get back to the ship on time, that the ship would leave us, which they do. I think they do that for everyone. They would leave us, and then we would have to fly or somehow get back to the ship at the next port of call. So we went on an adventure. We went around the entire island of Bermuda on scooters. We did it all in one day. We went off-roading, which is crazy because it was like we went onto the beach on these like paths. They were like hiking trails, and we went on it with that scooter. That was crazy. But listen, I always tend to do crazy shit like that. Anyway, so we were riding those scooters around. So fun. The adrenaline rush that we got for trying to beat the time to get back onto the ship also was exciting. So when we got back, we were so happy, and we had such a great experience riding scooters that my husband decided that he wanted to take motorcycle lessons. And I said, hey, I want to do that too. And at that point, we were married. We were married in 1995, and that was 2004. So that's 10 years? 95? Yeah. So we were married like 10 years, and I had a feeling, like every girl does, that when you get married, you have children. But when Arnold, that's my husband, when Arnold said he wanted to take motorcycle lessons, do you know that the first image that popped into my head was of me standing in the driveway with a baby on my hip and seeing Arnold take off to go on a ride. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not happening. So that's another reason why I wanted to ride a motorcycle, because I'm like, I don't want to be stuck home. And listen, if I had a kid, I would have loved that kid. My priorities would have changed, but I still would be myself, and I would want to go riding. So it's funny because my mom would always joke around that I would probably leave my baby on the porch with a note attached saying, Mom, I'll be back Sunday night. So funny. Who knows? I don't think I would do that, but you know what? I don't know. We don't know until we get there. But anyway, so the reason why I decided to start riding a motorcycle was because of my scooter adventure in Bermuda, which led to Arnold wanting to ride a motorcycle, and then I wanted to follow along and not be left behind. And it was one of the best decisions I made. So I want to say thank you to Zero Spawn for asking such a fantastic question, because a lot of people wonder that. So today we met a group of people that we've been riding with. The gentleman in the red hoodie in front of us is a first-time rider with us who our road captain met on the Harley-Davidson Road Glide forums, which is nice. I'm glad that he showed up. He's such a sweet person. Just by initial meeting, you know, sometimes you can just tell by looking at someone's eyes, and he has kind eyes. And the gentleman directly in front of me, he is the road captain's neighbor. His name is John, I think. And then to the left of me, in front, on the yellow sports bike, is a girl who I met at that motorcycle female event that I told you about last vlog. And we kept in touch through Facebook and things like that. But yesterday we spoke on the phone for almost an hour and a half. I think it maybe even been a little more than that. And such a sweetheart, and I'm so glad that I went to that event, because it actually was a great moment where I upgraded my motorcycle. I met a lot of people. Sue on the yellow sports bike is here, and it's great. Up ahead there's a Yamaha, I think it's a Honda or Yamaha, I'm not sure, but it's like a wine color, and that young lady is my friend Tony, who I also went to that female motorcycle event with. She's the girl that I was with when I was taking that test ride of the Heritage. And her boyfriend is in front. There she is. That's her turning with the braid. And so today we're taking a ride. We're out in Suffolk County, New York, Long Island. And the weather is clearing up. It was cloudy this morning. The roads were a little damp, but now they're dry. And here we go on this beautiful road. This is where the twisties start. There's the sun. The forecast for today is 77 degrees. May 2nd. Well, let's scratch that because I don't know what the date is. I don't even know what day it is. It's Sunday, but I don't know the day of the week, the date because of this crazy pandemic, and we've been on lockdown here in New York. And the area that I live in is a hotspot. It's a little frustrating, but I've just had to realize that people are not going to be considerate. In our neighborhood, no one wears a mask. It's awful. It's actually very frustrating and upsetting and all these not fun words to describe. It makes you actually start to hate people. And I'm not a big hater. I mean, listen, I'm just like anybody else. But it really pisses me off when I see these people with no masks. Meanwhile, I'm hunkered down, become a hermit, never leave my apartment for any reason. The only reason why I leave my apartment is to go riding and to go throw away the garbage. And I have a mask on and gloves. It's crazy. But listen, that's why we're a hotspot. And here we go through a tunnel. Oh man. Should we go through the red light? I don't know. I guess. Oh shit. Alright, here we are. I have to work on that. It's fun to go through tunnels and rev your engine. So I'm going to tell a little story about this morning when Arnold and I were headed to meet our group. We were in a town called Freeport, which is actually a pretty nice town. It's a nice place to go if you want to go to the nautical mile. You could Google it if you're here on Long Island in Nassau County. And there's a place called the Nautical Mile, and there are restaurants and bars lined up, one right after the other. Live music. Oh, we're doing it again. We're going through the light. So the Nautical Mile is lined with bars, restaurants, live music in the summer. It's such a nice place to go. But of course, when there's a lot of cars and a lot of people, it makes it less fun, but it's actually a nice destination to go. And you actually can have yourself a nice pina colada, listen to some music, and you feel like a little vacation. So we were in that town, and we grew up here. I never knew in that spot that we were on Sunrise Highway, which is normally 45 mile an hour, or 50, sometimes it's 50. In that one spot, there was a police, and he clocked us. He said it was a 30 mile an hour like zone. I'm like, what? Well, I didn't say what. I was just like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Arnold was surprised because he said, I didn't know that. Wasn't it 45? And whatever. Arnold wasn't being argumentative. He was just concerned because we never knew that. Anyway, we were late to meet our friends because we were pulled over. The summons, is it a summons? A ticket? I don't know what it's called. But anyway, the ticket, we don't know how much it is, but the police said it was 6 points. And of course it's not fun to get pulled over. You don't want to like get points on your license. But you know what? Thank God nobody was hurt. Nobody got hit. You know, it's good. It's good. It's all good. And there's nothing you can do. You can't fight City Hall, and we were over the speed limit, so we were like 20 miles over the speed limit. That's why it's 3 points per every 10 miles. But listen, those guys, the police, are working hard, just like all the other frontline workers. So It's all good. Whee! So I just felt badly because us being pulled over delayed us for a half hour, so people were waiting. We're in Suffolk County. This is called Weeks Avenue, like the days of the week. Weeks Avenue. God bless America! This road reminds me of a place in Quag. I don't know if we are in Quag. But there's a bird sanctuary in Quag. And last fall, I think, there's a bald eagle there. All the animals that are there are birds who have been injured and they're rescued, and they keep them there as in a zoo. But some people don't like the idea of having animals in a cage and putting them in a zoo, but these animals, these birds, would have been like, they probably wouldn't have survived. That's why they've been rescued and they're actually being taken care of there. So there's an eagle there. There was an eagle. Unfortunately, someone in the night went into the zoo, because it's not like, it has bars and cages, but it's not like the Bronx Zoo where you can't get in. It's like giant fences. It was a sanctuary and a nice walking trail and stuff. Somebody stole the eagle. Can you believe that? It's awful. And it was never returned. They put out Facebook posts and people to please return him because he needs his medication and he can't fly. He has only one wing that worked. It was so sad. But he never came back. They even said, if you bring him back, we're not going to ask questions. You could just drop him off. Nope, nothing. Poor guy. Oh, look at the horsey. Oh, and a baby. Hidden Pond Stables. I think it said Manorville, New York. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, he has a deer in the back of his pickup with antlers. Oh, that was cool. I wonder if you saw that. I hope my camera is wide angle enough that you could see that. Okay, so we're in Manorville. So yeah, the eagle. Poor guy. I hope nobody took him to do some stupid, like, voodoo shit. I better stop saying the S word. It's not nice. But yeah, my first thought is maybe because I grew up around Latin community, there is a culture in the Cuban community who practice this mix of Catholicism with African Catholicism mixed with voodoo. I don't know. Anyway, it's called Santeria. And I thought maybe somebody took that eagle for doing Santeria things. I hope not. It's awful. Swan Lake Golf Course to the left. To the left, to the left. Well, I hope that you guys enjoy my vlogs as much as I enjoy making them. It's new to me. It's the second day of me vlogging. So it takes a little bit of a learning curve, and like anything else, you get used to it. I appreciate all of my husband's help because he's the one who researches and sets me up and does all the editing. So I want to say thank you to my Arnold. So I appreciate if you guys would subscribe to my channel. Give me a, like, listen, I sound like I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to be that person who's like, subscribe, like, comment, share. But you know what? It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that like button. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, to hit the notification bell and do all the things. And it will help me and it'll encourage me to keep doing videos, which I said I want to do them because it's fun for me, but it's also fun to know that I have people watching and that you guys can comment below in the comment section and we can have a conversation and have fun. And I look forward to meeting some of you. We could go on rides. Look at this. We could grow our group. If you're not a big fan of riding in groups, we can go on small little trips. I'm all for it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you in the next vlog. That's one